Coming back to what Gail teaches in her spinning baby work and helping midwives, nurses, doctors understand how positions can be very gently changed during birth itself to allow a softening of the muscles and to allow the movement of the baby into the right position is very heartening to know this. And when caregivers know it, they can speak with much more confidence and calm to this mother, whether it's a first-time mom or subsequent babies, because I think that's one of the worries that parents have is the malposition. And we know also that if people are given an epidural too early, this can also create a malposition. And how do they get out of that? Which today, with this very gentle positioning that Gail teaches, can actually alleviate and change and maneuver the baby around to the vertex position. So one of the things I think that I want to address as a larger issue here is how we talk to women in this very open state. And attitudes, words, beliefs, all kind of physiological, nonverbal actions create fear. So I want to say that, first of all, during the whole perinatal period, women are extremely open. And they need to be open because physiologically the human body needs to be open to take on the pregnancy. It has to come in there and have room to grow and develop. And women need to be very open physically to actually give forth the birth. Parents, mothers, and their partners need to be open psychologically to take in this new baby. But what happens in such an emotionally open state? One becomes much more vulnerable and susceptible to both overt comments and unconscious, hidden meanings in communication. So there are many ways that we send messages. Non-verbally, we send messages in tone of voice, in looks, in gestures, in different kinds of vocalizations, in all kinds of facial expressions and physical gestures. The intensity of a response can have a different meaning. Even the word no. If you say no, 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 can just change the entire dynamic in a communication and how it's received. So many of these things, face-to-face communication, eye contact, depending on how it's meant, what the intention is, can indicate the woman either fear and concern and worry, or calm, comfort, confidence. So let's remember that there's a whole body of knowledge today in mirror neurons. And mirror neurons are a wonderful development that is now being investigated and understood. Researchers in Italy, what was his name, Razalotti, and his colleagues were studying how monkeys imitate and respond. And they had different electrodes on the monkey's brain, and they were noticing what monkeys do. When there was a period when the monkeys were not being tested, but they still had these electrodes on their brain, one of the researchers was just walking in the laboratory and went to get a cup of tea. And the monkey had all these aspects of the brain activated, and the monkey began to pick up the intention, the intention of the researcher, more than even the action, and picked up the intention I believe, before the researcher did what he was going to do. And the researchers were so amazed. How does the monkey pick up some intention as well as the action? This was very profound. So they began to study what they called mirror neurons. And a whole body of knowledge has come out of this. And I am probably not describing this perfectly, but what it means is this can be the seat of where empathy is and where intention is, that at a subliminal level we are sending these messages and we are picking them up. And this could be, can you remember a time when somebody gets cut and you shiver? And it's not with you at all. It could be a stranger, but you see it and you have this reaction. And of course it could be even bigger and more strong if it's somebody you care about. So you're picking up something that's going on in the other person. And of course we know that this is one of the ways that we send messages of caring and of distress and sort of positive intention or negative intention, unawarely. All right, so now we know that pregnancy in this open state makes women very vulnerable to danger. And danger activates the sympathetic nervous system, all the adrenaline, cortisol, norepinephrine, noradrenaline, the fear responses and hormones. And they're important in times of danger because it's a survival mechanism. If Marshall was describing a monkey being in labor, and if somebody just sits in front of a mother monkey in labor, without any intention to scare the monkey, but the monkey, being a mammal, doesn't know if that person in front of them is safe or not. And that mother monkey goes into fear, and adrenaline stops the oxytocin-producing neurons from the hypothalamus that keep labor going, and stops that, inhibits it, and those contractions stop or slow down, and that mother has to flee to save her life. But in the human mother, Regina Letterman did studies which showed that under stress, the human mother's labor stops or slows down. And again, this may be that innate need to protect oneself if there's a potential for danger. Well, have you ever had mothers in good labor at home, and then they need to go to the hospital and labor stops? And sometimes there's a lot of fear going into the hospital, or they may be met with a lot of chaotic activity, and they go into that sort of danger mode, and their normal labor slows down or stops, and they get discouraged. So one of the things we'll talk about is how to reverse all this. But I think, first of all, we need to remember that the stress hormones are there for a purpose when they're needed. But when they come in labor, certainly in this whole beginning period of labor, they can interfere with the natural labor-producing hormones of oxytocin, the beta endorphins, and these later on the prolactin and so on, which are the hormones both of love, of calm, of analgesic response, of healthy contractibility, the pulsatility of the contractions. And these hormones of love and labor are so powerful for helping labor stay and maintain in a natural rhythm of that particular mother and baby. So how do we reverse the fear? And I think that this is what we really are looking at. What can we do and what can we help I made a list of these things. So we want to reverse fear. We want to reverse the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic system, which is the calming, quieting, comforting system, allowing labor to continue and mothers to feel secure and balanced and supported. And one of the ways we do this is, first of all, communication. So we are aware that oxytocin is actually produced with eye-to-eye contact. As long as it is loving kindness, it is calming, it is sent with the intention of you are safe, you are in good hands, you are doing well. The next thing would be touch, an appropriate touch, massage. And there are ways to massage the mother during labor. Tiffany Field did a wonderful study on the effect of massage. And doing 20 minutes of a particular kind of massage down one side and down the other side, if the mother is comfortable with massage, for every hour of active labor. It shortens labor by 50%. It again activates more and more of the oxytocin factor. Breathing is one of the most important methods to help mothers with mindfulness breathing or yoga breathing, where she's really moving into noticing her breaths, deepening and calming breathing. And this is something she can learn very easily, and this is very, very healing, empowering, and calming, and allowing that great oxytocin to be activated. Imagery, visualization, self-hypnosis are other ways to bring all of these calming hormones into play. And again, oxytocin, beta endorphins, and these hormones, which are the hormones of love, the hormones of calming, the hormones of connection, the hormones of bonding, and they are physiologically the most powerful hormones. They create analgesia, they create calm. Sometimes women in labor can actually fall asleep between contractions because of the power of these hormones. So I think that we have learning the different methods of walking and the methods of that Gail is teaching of shifting malposition into a comfortable position, into maneuvering the baby. The midwives can do this, and actually doulas who are not doing medical caregiving but can learn the physical techniques of massage and movement in particular ways to release the tension in the mother's muscles, in the perineum, and in the uterine walls of the muscles, to allow the baby to move into the right position, can be so comforting to the mother that her body and baby know exactly what to do when there's a little guidance and the fear is reduced. And I'm teaching mothers to give little notes to the caregivers of sentences to say, you're doing really well. Your body and baby know exactly what to do. Let's try this little maneuver which will soften those muscles and allow the baby to move into the perfect position in vertex. And as you're relaxing into this, your body allows that, the Ferguson Reflex, which is a powerful oxytocin push and rush of oxytocin into the body, allowing the baby and contractions to work perfectly in harmony. And many women have said, while they're in that state, they really prefer the quietness of the energy around them that validates them, rather than the chaotic rush that often comes in when caregivers aren't sure what to do or they quickly want to move. So I think we have many methods. Again, face-to-face, touch, calm, words that are comforting, calming confidence leading and helping the mom know what's happening. And her own visualization where she sees the baby moving into that position. Many mothers had said to me, oh, the baby's head is going down so it goes underneath the pelvic floor into that perfect position. I see the muscles softening. And as you're breathing, as you do a little body scan with your breath, anytime there's tension, you can let your breath, that warm air, melt the tension away. It's such a good feeling. One mother said, oh, I feel the cervix is opening and opening like a beautiful flower. And all the tension is melting away, and one woman said, like golden butter. It was so soft. I thought that was a lovely image, too. So there's so many ways to reverse the tension, to help moms feel safe, secure, to let the babies maneuver into their position, being validated, and allow birth to work the way it was meant to.